Good afternoon from Bengaluru, India. It's the Fiba Women's Asia Cup, and it's the game between China and Chinese Taipei. Well, we're at the end of day 2 here, the last game, and it's a game, you can see China, big winners last night over New Zealand, but New Zealand have joined them at the top, perhaps temporarily, because China will take on Chinese Taipei. If Chinese Taipei were to win this game against China tonight, they would go up to the top. The Democratic People's Republic of Korea are 0-2. So here's what's happened today. Australia winning big over the Philippines. New Zealand getting off the canvas and coming back and winning by 21 against the North Koreans, and a real masterclass performance from Japan over Korea. Now it's China and Chinese Taipei, and perhaps that final scoreline for Japan over Korea doesn't do their victory justice. They really grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck in the second quarter and just kind of cantered to victory. So now it's about Chinese Taipei. They got out of jail yesterday. They were in a bad way against the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, and they won right at the end of the game. And I'm pretty sure that if they start slowly today against China, they're not going to live to tell the tale. I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Mick Vett. And Mick, we were both impressed by China yesterday. Again, perhaps against a subpar team from New Zealand, but nevertheless, we could see that they have a lot of good players, a lot of experience, and they're definitely in the running for the title.
Yeah, there's an element to this Chinese team that's just taken an extra step up in terms of promise, potential, and you got to love it too. It all starts with the defense. Defensively, they come out with intensity, they play hard. You look at their lineup, they've got the bigs, they've got the big wings, they've got the big guards. So, and physically, it's not a typically Chinese team. There's a lot of physicality about this team, a lot of inner strength, mental both and physical.
They were suffocating, especially defensively against New Zealand, for pretty much 40 minutes. And perhaps the challenge for them is just to keep it at that pace, that level of intensity for the entire tournament. And also they won without Son Min-gron and Chen Zhaozha, who has a broken finger. But normally they're starting point guard. So they had 10 players that played yesterday, and it remains to be seen if those two will actually make it back. So here are the Chinese being introduced here, and after all of them are out on the court, we'll pause and have the playing of the national anthems for both China and Chinese Taipei. And remember, the top 4 sides in this tournament will qualify for the Fiba Women's Basketball World Cup. But first, we'll play the national anthems for Chinese Taipei and China.
Please let's rise for the national anthem of Chinese Taipei. Please remain standing for the national anthem of China.
So China, much taller than Chinese Taipei, it has to be said. 1.87 meters average height compared to 1.78 meters in height. They go out and shake hands, and the coaches. And the referees, who are now loosening up, running up and down the court. So they're ready for this one to go. We'll get a look at them as well. Well, we'll get a look at least a couple of them, I think, anyway. And we'll also get a look at the rosters and the starting fives for both of these basketball nations. Here they are. I don't think that shot was taken earlier. So Australia, India have referees. And I guess we're not going to get the graphic, but in any event, I'm expecting to see the rosters for both of these teams, but if not, certainly Bao for number 17 for Chinese Taipei, who goes by the name of Joy Burke in America, where she moved when she was 12 and ended up playing for Arizona State University. I doubt very seriously she'll have the same impact today that she had yesterday, because she will be going up against a big front line, but she's number 17. See Bao and really Huang Fanchan, a very important player in the grand scheme of things. Let's see who the coach is going to employ in that starting five. Huang Fanchan, Lan Haoyu, Huang Pingjin, Bao, and Lin Yu Ting. And for China, I'll let you single out a couple of players if you want to, Mick, and also give us the starting five.
Well, if you look at the bottom of the list there, Li Yeru, one of the youngest players in this tournament, 18 years of age. Good numbers yesterday, 5 points, 11 rebounds. But you can go right through that list and see some superstars. I like 6, Li Meng, who comes in at a 1.80 meter point guard, 22 years of age. You know, the coaching staff get after her because she doesn't play defense. You know, I put that on the coaching staff. If you want to make her play defense, then get after her, make her play defense. And she loses her starting position there, but in the starters, you got Li, Gao, Zhao, Xiaoting, who was very quiet yesterday. No pun intended.
And Yi as well, Yi Shen, I think.
Yeah.
So she'll play, but we didn't see Sun Mingran play yesterday, and you can see that she's got a wrap on her left knee. And also apparently Chen Xiaojia, the starting point guard, we didn't understand why she wasn't playing, and now we know it's because she's got a finger injury. Yeah. So it remains to be seen how they will fare for the rest of the tournament. But at stake, you've got World Cup berths. Now, Yi Shen, the point guard, played very well yesterday, and Chen Xiaojia's absence on the left, and Huang Fanchan kind of came to life for Chinese Taipei on the right. So we thought it only fitting that these two players we would highlight with the split screen graphic before the game.
Well, Huang played 33 minutes, and you see there Cheng, coach of Chinese Taipei, just a few last words before they go out to action. They're going to be seriously outgunned here in terms of height. Now, this Chinese team, I think, is as good as I've seen for a long, long time. I mean, this team is just coming into its own. I love the way they picked up this young girl, Li Yeru. I think she'll be here for a long, long time. She's got plenty of potential, and she's got a lot of enthusiasm, too. As you see the Chinese Taipei players just ready to come onto the floor. You've got Lin, number 27, Huang, and obviously Joy Burke, who goes down as Bao Xile. 5 is Huang Fanchan, as we mentioned before. For China, we've got Xiaoting, Shen Li, Gao Song, and Li Yeru is in the starting lineup, along with who's the one I've missed off? It's got to be number 2, Shen Yi.
Well, good evening, folks. Welcome to Bangalore, India. It's the FIBA Asia Women's Cup, and it's China and Chinese Taipei, and China in white win the opening tip. And let's see if they start as well as they did yesterday against New Zealand. And Chinese Taipei come out and make a play on defense. And it's Huang Pingjin who didn't even start yesterday, comes out and plays, makes a play.
Goes up one-handed with your little layup too. I like that. I love the way the Chinese Taipei plays. Very similar to the Philippines. A lot of street ball style of play.
And Shen Yi, well, we highlighted her before the game because we really thought she was key to their win against New Zealand, and she started well today. Look at, now she's being disruptive on defense, takes it away, 2-on-1 break, and she goes right to the basket.
Beautiful, beautiful. You know, any mistake, turnover on the inbound, almost. That's what I love about these teams that are improving their fast break style. Get a turnover and run it back straight away.
Now 3-point attempt, and good box out, and foul. Call for the foul. She scraps with China for the rebound, but look how, you know, she just goes right hard to the hole there.
Fake the pass to freeze the defense in the 2-on-1 situation.
So Zhao Shuang went hard to the court in the scrap for the ball, and it's really more of the same for China. We saw them being pests on defense yesterday, swarming defense and crashing the boards. And that's how they've started now. And online, another long jump shot, but that was a 2.
Jeff, they shot well yesterday. They come out and hit both long jump shots. We've been right on line behind the jump shots.
Well, Bao didn't really have any outlet to pass it, so she put it up.
How good is Lee Yaru? Just held her ground. She's such a great asset for this team.
And 2 quick fouls on Bao.
Jeff, an 18-year-old with the hands that Lee Yaru's got. And we thought yesterday there was some suspect in her ability to catch the ball, but she's solid.
And now the turnover. Huang Fanshan. And Lin goes in and misses. So Lin Yuting had a layup. They can't miss shots like that. And Huang Pingjin commits the foul. You know, we saw that steal and fast break for Chinese Taipei, and we thought, this will be interesting. And since that time, it's really been all China.
I'm just impressed with Lee Yaru again. You know, just got a position on the block, held it, sealed off a defender, and turned. And on the free throw line. Good numbers yesterday, as I said before, 5 points, 11 rebounds. You know, you got a 12-year career out of this young lady. 18 years of age now.
Maybe more, actually.
Yeah.
Makes just 1 of 2. And again, China crashed the boards. Get it back again, and Zhao Shuang puts it up and in.
Wow, beautiful work, and handiwork too. Just the ability to snatch a ball out of the air and put it back up quickly.
Lan. Huang Pingjin. And Lee just reached in there and knocked it out of bounds.
I go back to the 18 years of age, and just the ability to deflect the pass, knowing full well that Bao had position on her.
Huang Pingjin.
A good start for Huang Pingjin.
And now takes the steal again. The pass from Gao Song was ill-advised. And inside, and Bao misses one she would expect to make. Gao Song again, and Lee goes up, and this time doesn't finish, but
Mr. Chippy, really, but her ability to get to the block with speed. I mean, you turn around, she's there again. She's both ends of the floor.
So this Chinese Taipei team is going small. They bring in number 13, Cheng. So don't be surprised to see a lot of double teams down low when Lee gets the ball. She's got it and puts it up and in. Oh no, that was Huang Hongpin.
Yeah, that's the problem for Chinese Taipei. When you go small, you're going to give up offensive rebounds.
So she's come in for Lee. Lin, and that shot was blocked by Zhao Xuan. Cheng and Huang Pengchen is fouled. So I take it that you take it that Lee has surpassed Huang Hongpin in the pecking order because she starts, or do you think it's more of a case of wanting to get her more playing time?
No, I think there's a case. I like the way Huang played yesterday too. She had decent minutes, decent points, and Reba 5 and 5. I just like the upside of Lee. I mean, there's a mind, there's a basketball mind inside that body too. Not only have we got a great asset in terms of what she does physically, but the thinking of the game is there.
And I just wonder if at any time we're going to see China go with a twin tower lineup of Lee and Huang Hongpin.
Yeah, quite possibly. I don't think so.
Perhaps against Australia, maybe, because they could put a big team out there.
Yeah. But don't forget, China's got bigs in positions like Huang Xingjing is in the floor, number 11 right now. That's their twin towers, really.
3-second violation on Huang.
Not sure. Looked like she was out of the lane when it was called.
Oh, I think it's the other Huang.
Oh, I see. 11 Huang, possibly, yeah.
So Chinese Taipei is trying to weather the storm, the early storm. How low can you go? Well, Low is in the lineup and whips the ball over to Lin. Lin gets in, little runner, short. Now Low chases Shin into Huang Hongpin. And look at the scrap for the ball.
Yeah, Huang should have made that shot. Had enough presence, enough position.
Oh, Huang Fanshan just reversed direction and was going to go for the layup and then just fell over. And Lu Win drives in and misses Huang Hongpin for the rebound and put back.
Yeah, good fall. I wonder how long Joy Bao Xile will stay on the bench. As timeout here for Chinese Taipei just to talk things over at 14-6.
She's got those 2 fouls, so she may be over there for the duration of the quarter. So timeout, and China lead it 14-6. So the order of finish as you go into the quarterfinals, we have to wonder with Chinese Taipei. They come into this game 1-0. They win this game, they'd be 2-0. But then they would still have to play New Zealand, and if New Zealand were to win their game, they would leapfrog them. Because I don't see the Democratic Republic of Korea getting a win.
It'll be a 3-way tie, then, wouldn't it? If Chinese Taipei win this, there will be a 3-way tie. But
well, no, they would be 2-0, so then they could be potentially 2-1 if New Zealand were to win. They would both be 2-1, and then China would need to be upset to be 2-1. But anyway, you just wonder who Chinese Taipei would rather face. Okay, correct me. Go ahead.
If Chinese Taipei win this game,
they're 2-0.
There'll be 3 teams tomorrow, potentially with a record of 2-1.
Yeah, including China.
Yeah. That's your 3-way tie.
But we know that's not going to happen. We don't see China losing.
No, I don't think Chinese Taipei are going to win this, do you? Is that what I thought that's what you started. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what am I talking about? I think it's the 4th game of the day. So if they win, that would be the upset of the tournament, really.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So they would be 2-1. Yeah, that's right. You would have 3 2-1 teams. And it would obviously also depend on the score of New Zealand's game against Chinese Taipei. That's shaping up to be a real classic.
Yes, it will.
Because the stakes will be high.
Yep.
Low finds a way to the basket. Nope. Huang Hongpan erases that.
That was a case of going in too deep on the lane when you got a big twin tower in there. One of the twin towers in there. Nice move. Very unfortunate there for Shi Shufeng not to get the and one, but a good drive. Here is a replay of the block from Huang. Yeah, you cannot argue with any of that, and I don't think Luo Pin was arguing about it too.
Didn't she do well?
She did very well
to get to the line on this end. And this is the thing about China. They just they almost replace like for like, don't they?
Oh yeah.
You're not losing anything.
No, exactly right. And I think that's the when you've got an array of height, you can set your team up to do that. Look, I mean, look at the Chinese Taipei. Can they go like for like at the 5 position? No, they can't, because there's no other player the same size as Dao Shilei.
Interesting is Huang makes the pass. And the jump shot. We know the New Zealand coaching staff, Kennedy Kariyama, including Kennedy Kariyama, the head coach, they're behind us scouting this game because they will play Chinese Taipei tomorrow. Even when you get a hand on the ball and knock it away, it seems like China get it back. They've got 7 on the shot clock. Shi. Now Huang from the left corner. And Lin drives in and double dribble.
Jeff, at 18-6, China in the lead. Chinese Taipei are going to have to play incredibly well to win this game, and I just don't see they've got the guns. I think China are going to have more than enough to handle anything Chinese Taipei have got.
I think so as well, but Chinese Taipei are battling in there.
Yeah, Huang or Cheng for this foul, I'm not sure, but the referees are saying it's a forearm. It's gone against 13 Cheng. I thought a forearm was allowed in the low post, maybe not a forearm that extends right into the back of the attacking player.
Well, you got your answer. Bao comes back in.
You say she's got 2 fouls, is that right?
She's got 2 fouls.
Yep.
And we are still in the first quarter with 3:18 remaining.
Interesting that Huang is one of the few players that jumps as she shoots free throws. This is like the free throws when I was playing. That some players
I
used
thought
to
you shot him underhanded. You're right. She does have a little spring in the old step.
Very funny.
And Huang or Lin turns it over.
Yeah, she just wanted to throw it one-handed. You know, the old days, I keep going back to the old days, Jeff, but one-handed passes were outlawed. You couldn't throw a one-handed pass, you get benched. Because the idea is you can't retrieve a one-handed pass, it's on its way. Unless, of course, you do what Lin did there, which is just carry the ball and keep dribbling. And the referee was quick to spot it.
Your favorite player is in the game now. She's dribbling the ball.
Ah, Li Men, yeah.
Li Men.
Yeah, very good. No D, Li Men.
Well, that's in the coach's opinion that we spoke to in Mandarin. Here we go. The drive, the bounce pass. Well, she can sure make a bounce pass.
But you know what? She can penetrate and kick. And that's all I want to know. I'm going to look at this D now, see what she can play the D. It's a little confusing about defense because a lot of these teams switch everything right now. So if you play a switching defense, it lends itself to lazy defense, to be honest with you.
Huang, that's on target. That was a beautiful stroke.
Run and gun, holler and follow.
Low over to Wang. Huang Hung Pin from on high. And the bounce pass. So Chinese Taipei and China squaring off here, and right now it's all China up 24-6. And the ball goes out of bounds, and it's getting worse before it gets better. Now, will this performance be encouraging for the New Zealand coaches as they watch Chinese Taipei play?
Yeah, possibly. You know, I thought China went to work on New Zealand, and they're going to work right now on Chinese Taipei. It all comes down to can you get your best players to play their best basketball? And it will come down for both teams. You know, Joy Bao Shilei for Chinese Taipei. She intercepts that pass, or deflects it. Off to the races of the Chinese Taipei.
Huang Fanshan may have had that shot blocked. It's reminiscent of yesterday when it was struggling to get good shots, and there's Li Ming.
Wow, tough shot, tough shot. The ability to just change direction a couple of times and then get the shot off with enough precision to put it in.
Huang Fanshan draws the foul from Li Ming. So she did go right past her that time.
Yeah, exactly right. One thing that worries about Li Meng is guarding the perimeter. She's a bit slow. She's a bit heavy-legged defensively. So giving up the baseline like that is not good for her. And you can see why the coaches might think that no defense. But you know, if she doesn't play defense, then get after her. Get her intense. Get her fired up about her defense. I mean, I think most of these Chinese players take pride in the defense, that's for sure.
Xiao Ting coming in. She has it guarded closely by Huang Fanshan, and then she kind of hooks Huang Fanshan. So that turns it back over. Chinese Taipei with 38 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. I'm surprised, in all honesty, that China are just completely on top of this Chinese Taipei team so soon.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They have gone to 8 points in a quarter.
There's 10 on the game clock. So Lee back at the line, and She has no hop in her free throw.
No, she started the quarter with free throws. Remember, Jeff went 1 for 2. Well, 28-8. That's a scoreline right there. And I think if you're the New Zealand coaching staff, you're not seeing much at all because you can't really see.
Oh, end of the first quarter.
You can't really see Chinese Taipei at their best, therefore you don't really know their full potential.
So at the end of one is China all over Chinese Taipei, 28-8. So it's all about China right now. Look at that, 8 of 10 at the line. Just 2 field goals have been made for Chinese Taipei. Is that a fisheye lens we're seeing there? Well, we're seeing China. They took an early shot, like two guys jumped into the ring, and one of them threw a punch, and since then it's only been one team that's been punching. It's been China. And they've got them on the ropes with 3 quarters remaining.
Yeah, I mean, if Chinese Taipei were ever going to come out and play their worst 10 minutes of the tournament so far, they've just done it. They have to come back and respond here, but again, I'm trying to find ways where they can be dominant in the game, and it's very difficult to see anyway. Not even Bao Shilei, the tallest player they have, is getting any joy out of playing in the low post against the Chinese bigs.
That was a nice stroke there from Huang. And, you know, it's interesting. When I said, might they go to a twin tower lineup, and you're like, why? Why would they need to? Because they've got 5 towers, basically, is what it boils down to.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, at the 3, 4, 5 position, they put some serious length on the floor. But, you know, if you're going to peak worldwide, Jeff, you've got to put some height. You cannot. It's all about 6 foot plus in maybe 4 out of the 5 positions on the floor.
Ball goes out of bounds.
Well, there's the pressure. The pressure on the first pass just shows you to me, it shows the emphasis this Chinese team has on defense. The fact that you don't even want to make the opposition make a first pass to get into their offense. Yeah, Lee wide open. Just couldn't get her the ball quick enough, could they? She makes good cuts to the ball. You know, a sign of a good player is knowing when you're open, when to stop exactly when you're open. And Lee does exactly that. Gets to under the bucket. If she's open, she stays.
Starting point guard and captain Shen Yi back in the game, number 2. And shot clock winding down. And that's where China kill you right there. Missed shot, offensive rebound, but now Lee's called for an offensive foul.
She's going to get a foul for moving the defense out of the way with the ball. We'd love to see that again. Not much in it. I think when Lee breathes, she might move a couple of players out the way. She's that strong. Let's have a look here. Come on now, there's not much in that, is it? She's just turning. There's no intent at all.
Huang Pingjin misses the long jumper. Shen Yi up to Xiao Ting. Oh, Xiao Ting with the move.
A little bit of sugar on that move, wasn't there? That's the move they practice in the warm-up lines, which is quite interesting. Actually, every player on the team goes through the same warm-up. So this is something they do in the two-line warm-ups. Everybody goes through a spin move once or twice. And I've seen it called a lot of travels, Jeff. And that indeed looks like a travel too. You know, the referees in the modern game, in the last year or so, they've called that more and more a travel.
Wu shifts directions nicely, but doesn't finish.
Look at Lee, look where Lee is, Jeff, under the bucket as usual.
Shen Yi, though, makes the three. She hits that shot pretty well. It's 2 already for her today from deep.
She was 3 or 4 yesterday, so she's having her fair share of success from beyond the arc.
Now, and Bao knocks in the 3. She answers. We didn't really see her step outside yesterday and take any.
No, I just wonder whether that's not part of the game plan for Chinese Taipei. A nice pass, but they need something.
Well, Xiao Ting puts it up, and that's just easy.
Well, another way of defining how good this Li Yeru is. Sees a good pass.
Chen drives in and gets a and 1.
A little bit of joy there for Chinese Taipei. Nobody comes over to help out and block out. Pretty good defense, really. And only in the slightest of nudges, but enough to get the referees involved. 35-11, Jeff. Is there a chance for a comeback here? It's all gone quiet.
I'm not going to answer that. Actually, it's 35-13.
Oh, yeah.
They're just slow to register.
Yeah. Even the scorer's table's not quite with it.
Chinese Taipei rebounded quickly. And Zhao Xuan reaches in, knocks out of Chen's hands. Huang Ping Chen. But the pass leads Bao. And look at Lee. Boy, nobody's going to stop that.
Beautiful. The ability to catch it on the move to the bucket. That's impressive. Most players will catch it standing still and then make the move. Foul here against China's number 8, number 9, Zhao Xuan.
Yep, Zhao Xuan. Remember, she played, took some time off from the national team and has come back this summer. Three minutes into the second quarter. So she comes back in for Zhao Xuan. Wang. Now from the corner, three-pointer is good.
Well, tough shot because the defense was closing out in the form of Huang Xijing.
That was Lin with the 3. And now a good steal. Chen pushes it 2-on-1 break. Gonna pull up, right decision. Just doesn't get it to fall. Now it's a 2-on break and Xiao Ting.
Wow, look who was standing underneath the bucket, Jeff. Li Yeru. She just never stops running.
Foul. And gets blocked.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this. This is pretty good defense from Lee. She wouldn't take the pump fake from Bao. She stayed on the floor, kept her hands up. And then just the slightest of touch, because the ball was blocked with the hand. Fair dues. And Huang will come in and replace her. The youngster Lee takes a break.
Well, Bao misses the first. You know, it looks like you can see at the end of the bench over there on the Chinese bench, both Sun Mengran on the left in the red and Chen Zhaozhuang on the right are not going to come in today again. So we don't know if they're going to feature in the tournament.
Yeah, it's surprising. You know, one was a broken finger, you say. I wonder whether the broken finger was after they left, or who knows?
Good question. Li Ming, this time short.
To reset the shot clock, I think the ball just grazed the rim. So therefore it should have been reset. I think we're looking at probably 11 seconds maybe. I'm going to guess 11. 13's gone up.
Huang Hongpen, ball goes through teammate's hands into Lee, and she hits the three.
Yeah, Lee was making some shots in the warm-up from that exact same spot. Good shooter.
Chen dribbling around up top. Wang just puts up a little desperation heave. Got to be able to get a better shot than that. She. And the pass out of bounds from Xiaoting.
Yeah, a nice idea, just had no idea how to perfect the pass. The execution was very poor.
Rattles out.
Great defense from Huang. Got her hand up quickly, make sure she bothered that shot. Huang's wide open in here to get the ball.
Bounce pass to Xiaoting. Great play from Huang Hongpen.
You know what? Huang's pivot away from Bao was the bit that made the space for that bounce pass to work. Beautiful reading of the game.
And Lan pulls up for the jumper and draws the foul.
Xiaoting's got that foul, 7. What's the pivot away from here? Look, the pivot away creates space, and then for Xiaoting to get an easy 2.
(44-17). It's a rout at this stage. China just really meting out some punishment here.
You know, there's a definite element here. If Bao Xilei wasn't on this team, this would be a Chinese Taipei team that you possibly think was Division B. What's going on with that high-low pass for this Chinese team? Completely at 6s and 7s. So if you look at the Japanese program, they've put 10 years in together of development program, and that is where Chinese Taipei need to get to right now themselves. The development needs to go into the game. Well, it takes money.
And Lu Wen just takes it right away and has to get down. Look at that, the hustle from Chinese Taipei.
Yeah.
They tie up Huang.
Wonderful stuff. Inbound here for China. There's the high-low. Can Huang score from there? Skips it over.
And Lu Wen's got it. Shen.
Beautiful play.
Nice play. Huang off the glass.
Well, Huang's strength is driving to the hoop, that's for sure. And that's nice too down the other end. Just not quite the execution, Jeff. Good speed of play there from Chinese. So that would worry New Zealand tomorrow. They get the ball down the floor that quickly.
And the three from Shi. Look at Huang get the rebound.
Just leaned over and tipped it to herself, did she?
Huang bends the knees, puts it up, and it's good. So promising times indeed for China, who they were, at least with New Zealand, they were tested early. You felt like, you know, New Zealand were just missing shots. And that was for about 15 minutes. And then right near the end of the first half, the pressure really started to tell on New Zealand.
I don't think New Zealand have got anything to worry about Chinese Taipei, but they're going to have to come with their A game still. They can't take their eye off the prize, that's for sure.
And what is that prize? Top two finish. Because you want to get into a strong position, into a favorable quarterfinal if that exists.
Yeah.
Low goes and gives rather than gives and goes. Now, Lin puts up a three and hits it.
And nice basketball. Nice basketball. A few touches for around the perimeter, kept the defense busy.
Now, Huang Hung Pen, and the foul before the shot.
So there's the penetration. Luckily, they got Li Men to come in and commit to the middle of the floor. That left Lin wide open. I'm not sure why Li Men needed to come in there, to be honest with you.
Beautiful stroke from the line from Huang Hong Pen.
Yeah, I'll tell you, this is world-class basketball now from China.
Now to Lan. And swatted by Shi. And then Lu Wen gets in and looked like she got hit in the neck almost.
Yeah, pretty basketball. Well spotted from Li Men. And timeout for Chinese Taipei. Yeah, nice block there from Shi Shufeng. And there's Li Men just feeding straight away to Lu Wen. And Lu Wen will get the two free throws coming out of this timeout, but it is one-way traffic, Jeff. 29 points difference. We got 2 minutes left in the half.
So back to the drawing board for Chinese Taipei, who have gotten 7 from Lin, 6 from Huang. Huang Pengchin, and 4 from Chen. China have gotten 9 from Huang, both Huangs in fact, and Xiao and Shen have 8 apiece. But we've been impressed with all aspects of China.
You'd expect a fair spread, consistent spread of points for this team, because the minutes are getting spread, aren't they? Nobody's playing more minutes than anybody else. They're getting fairly even minutes. Lee's back in. I love watching Lee play. The number 15, 16 for China, Lee Yeru.
So referees call the foul. Referees, by the way, from India, Binka, Nicola Fernandez, and James Boyer from Australia.
South Sydney.
South Sydney, mate.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah.
We spoke to him last night.
Yeah, nice guy. Nice guy. He was the. Told us about the boomer.
Yeah, the boomer is the kangaroo.
Well, now I've looked up the boomer, and the boomer is the nickname for the Indiana Pacers.
All right.
Just telling you. Amongst other things.
Quick pass up ahead. Look at Lee.
Oh, get in there.
How in the world does she beat everybody up the floor?
Listen,
That's
Jeff,
impressive.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. There are many bigs that play this game. All right. Now they fall into two categories: those who rely on their height and then do not make the most of it, and there's others that will do everything they can to make themselves better. This young woman, Lee Yeru, the fact that she runs the floor, just knows full well she's doing a job. She knows what job she has to do, and she does it.
And she's forced her way into the starting lineup. Nice. Chang. Now Li Ming. Lu Wen over to Shi. Shakes, puts it up. Gets it inside, and again, Lee is almost unstoppable. She's been tired of sitting on the bench. She's come right out and made a massive impact immediately.
Absolutely. Look at her playing defense, too.
Oh, nice turnaround from Huang Pengchen.
Well, we haven't seen much of Huang Pengchen. She made the first layup of the game and then had a jump shot afterwards, but this Chinese defense is all suffocating, really. Just everything.
Oh, quick pass inside to Huang.
Oh,
Oh, nice turn and the foul.
I mean, it's just an education out there. Move the ball against the zone. Look at his step through there. Maybe a slight travel, perhaps picked up the pivot foot, but what's the right foot? Did it move before the ball was released?
I see what you mean. It was probably not. I think she was okay. And the three-point play. 58 points scored by China. I mean, they are just scoring with ease.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's an education out there.
Cheng has it. Huang Pengchen again goes in and scores again. So
Nice
two
move.
successive trips, now with 10 points. Final 15 seconds. And Huang Pengchen almost came up with a steal. Xiao Zhuan gets it over to Li Ming. And good D. So they've got enough time just to launch a big one. And oh! I don't think I mean, the problem is because they don't have the clock on top working, it's difficult to see how much time she can hold on to it. But nevertheless.
Yeah, you've got to look at the clock as soon as you catch it and then start counting down your head, really, haven't you?
58-25 China in command. .59%. and also 80% from three.
And they've only taken 5, Jeff. That's the other thing. They've not wasted many opportunities from the three-point line.
And 14 of 17 from the free throw line.
And the rebound, 6 rebounds for Chinese Taipei. It'll be interesting who's leading the rebounding.
Thank you, guys.
They should get first choice of oranges at halftime.
Well, Chinese Taipei are on the receiving end right now against China. It's Chen who has 2 rebounds. That's leading the way for Chinese Taipei. Stick around for second half action. We'll be right back.
I didn't say a thing. I didn't say a thing. I told him. like some of these kids, but he's very quick and gets a good. He's very similar to you. So if you give him a run up, he'll dunk it. So he's dunked it 3 times a game. So he almost said in the summer league game yesterday, he almost dunked it, but he just got it caught on the back rim. So he was fine. Now he's on the line. No, he won't do it. He didn't practice in traffic. Spoke to him. Vero's the under-17 Canadian coach, so he's excellent. So he said he spoke to him after the game that Cameron's not going to get many coaches he wants. He said, listen, you're going to play under an experienced point guard the first year, and then after that, it's going to be because Cameron's been in contact with the assistant coach for 6 months. So what they do, everything's on Twitter, text, all these coaches contact these kids. So I said, well, how serious is it? He's always saying, how serious is the assistant coach? Cameron says, well, he's always talking to me. So yesterday was the first time to Vero. So the assistant coach was saying, listen, you got to watch this kid. So they've obviously made a decision, it looks like to me, to say, okay, we can move forward. But Cameron, nobody's going to come forward and say, well, you be running our show for the next month. In America, they're not going to do it. It's got to tend to, yeah. That's why, he talks about life's unfair sometimes. Another good thing is his friend that's on the Ridley team this year is going to commit to McGill as well. I'm going to walk on McGill. They're best of friends. So it's like, where did you come from, Ken? And he lives in Montreal, so it's...
A lot of work to do for Chinese Taipei. They trail 58-25 at halftime against China. China showing us no reason to believe that they don't have what it takes to get to the podium at the Fiba Asia Women's Cup, and certainly one of the teams, one of the favorites to get to the Fiba Women's Basketball World Cup, which will be staged in Spain next year. Chinese Taipei, on the other hand, you know, it's iffy. I mean, they are obviously going to have a game to win to get into the World Cup, but it depends who they'll play against. And their game tomorrow against New Zealand is shaping up to be a big one, because the winner of that will finish in second, unless they were to come back, stage a miracle comeback tonight and win against a Chinese team that doesn't look like it's going to show any weaknesses, at least to us.
No, Jeff, I concur completely. I mean, we all love to see close games, and you know, in 2 games running now, we've seen a Chinese team that is on top of its game. Jeff, I'll give you one. So you were at the Olympics last year, 214, World Cup, World Championship for women.
2014, yeah.
How good is this Chinese team?
2012 as well.
See, I saw him playing in London, and I saw him playing 214, and I'm seeing this team now. This team, for me, is better than both of those 2 teams.
I think the big difference is obviously it's difficult to compare a team that's playing at a FIBA Asia event versus a World Cup or an Olympic tournament. That said, they've been thoroughly dominant and they've looked good. I don't think you can make that observation yet. I think you have to wait till they go up against the Japan, because remember, Japan beat them the last couple of times in this tournament.
Yeah.
But yeah, certainly all signs point to them being as good, if not better.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say this yesterday as well. I mean, I really think that Tom Morris had an influence on this program, which we can see with some of these players. They formed a lot of good habits under him. You know, how they defend especially.
Well, I think you had prior warning that there was a lot to come for this Chinese women's team, didn't you, in the young ranks? That there was a great depth in this Chinese program.
Well, the return of Zhao Xuan as well, I think, helps. And now the emergence of Li Muru. Shen Yi comes out, gets it to Xiaoting. So it's a good start for Chinese Taipei here in the third quarter. I mean, you've seen the countries, the sheer size of China compared to Chinese Taipei. It's just, it's a David and Goliath type situation.
You've got a few people to pick from, haven't you?
And you would say the same about New Zealand. So, you know, let's see how they do the next time they play against Australia or Japan. Nice follow. So a strong start here.
Yeah, back-to-back
Chinese Taipei.
Yeah.
You know, Chinese Taipei, they didn't come back out here for a long time, so it could be the coach had a few choice words for them. Huang Fang Chen was called for the foul here. Look at this. The miss, and then
Bao was quick on the mark to pick up that loose ball, wasn't she? Wow, beautiful basketball. Lee gets the ball high post. I can't say enough about this young lady. Gets the ball up high and keeps it up high. There's no way she's going to bring it down and risk getting smothered.
I'm sure the coach must have said there's no way China are 30 points better or 35 points better than you at halftime. Start showing me something here in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of pride to play for, isn't there?
Bao hands it off. Fanshan gets inside, gets it back. Lin, and that's the better option, and they get the three-pointer. So 58-32. Now it's a 26-point deficit.
7-0 start to the half, too.
And we're going to see wholesale substitutions here.
Look at this.
Starting five here in the second half is going to come out for China.
Coach making a statement.
Look at that. Another miss for Lee.
And you know what? The five that's on the floor will have seen that too, and they'll start to pick it up. But even when you start to pick it up, things still go wrong.
Well, that was an opportunity for Chinese Taipei, and they just threw it away. Okay, so now we're going to see the change.
This is a sit down and take a long think about your actions substitution. 5 for 5. This is an unkind 5 for 5. This is take a look at the coach's face. 5 for 5. There's the 3 from Lin. Drained it. And that was the one that really upset the coach.
Well, the long one and the miss. But the coach is still having a look. Look at him over there. He's looking back. You can see him. Look at him. He's pacing.
He's glaring down.
Scowling. He's having a few choice words now.
This is where you don't sit too close to the assistants, because that means you're close to the coach. And you hope the ball's down the other end, so then he's not watching you so much.
Oh, the penetration. You can't get a better shot than that. And another three-pointer.
He's refusing to call timeout, too. 10-0 start now.
Now the Chinese fans sitting behind us are getting restless. And Hong finally stops the riot.
Well, they get their ball into that high post with ease, really, and it's just a matter of finding somebody who can put the ball in the hoop.
Huang, Tin Chin, that's online, that's good. Another three-pointer.
Facial, Huang on Huang.
60-38, and Lu Wen. Lu Wen from 3. How difficult is it, do you think, for China to be up so big and to come out and be ready, breathing fire? I mean, they clearly, look, another one is online, it's good! And that was a 2.
Jeff, I don't think it's really that it's a mental thing. I think Chinese Taipei have come out and made some shots, and that's important. It's important for the game, it's important for them. Worryingly for New Zealand, I'm telling you.
Well, the New Zealand coaches are still here. I'm sure they're glad that they didn't go away. Now Lu Wen from the left corner. And now that triggers a little break here for Chinese Taipei. 2-on-2. Lin up to Bao. And can you believe they're not going to come away with even a shot?
Just poor option, really, to hit that pass to Bao. Well, down the other end, Jeff, we didn't see it, but Lan got into a bit
Here's
of
the coach. Look, here's the coach. He is
Yeah.
not smiling. He is not smiling. And
he's not even letting them sit down, Jeff. That's how bad this is. This is not a timeout to say tactics. This is a timeout to say who's taking responsibility. You very rarely see this. And he's got a camera on him, so he knows full well that he's making a statement here.
yeah, but
It's a real.
he's telling him now to sort it out himself.
It's a real insulting timeout for the players.
Can you understand that reaction from the coach?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. This is a shocking start, but I will go back and say Chinese Taipei have made some tough shots. I mean, this wasn't anywhere near in the first half. This is not really a relaxation. This is just a change of fortunes for Chinese Taipei.
Well, he's already taken one wholesale change of 5 for 5. I mean, he doesn't have another 5 ready to come out, so he's going to have to go back to the starters. Look at Huang. Oh, and a little bit of continuation there.
Oh, they counted it. Wow, that's an interesting one. I'll tell you, the pivot from Huang at the high post is one of these things you drill in, day out with your players. You pivot away from the defense, put the ball on the floor quickly, and you've got space to work with.
Coaching 101, thank you very much. Nice three-point play for Huang.
I'd love to see that in slow motion, but just to give you the full coaching clinic.
And the coach from the China bench still is not smiling.
Yeah, that might take a long time.
Lin. And blocked by Huang Hongpen.
Turn that frown upside down.
Well,
it's not going to happen.
But, I mean, the point being, okay, you've got a huge lead, but what happens when you relax, perhaps, or lose your concentration in a closer game?
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, but teams make runs, Jeff. I think you have to, in a close game, you'd say, oh, it's a run from the other opposition, but in a blowout, you don't give them credit for the run, do you?
No, exactly. Huang Pengchen now. Lan. And shot clock violation.
Yeah, always know what's on the clock. Huang Pengchen was the one that passed it up with the clock shot running down. You've got to take responsibility. Now, what's the bet in here, Jeff, to get the ball back to Huang on that high post?
I'd say it's pretty good bet. If she ever comes up there. Nope.
Yeah, really.
Now it's Huang Hongpen. Oh, they get it back to Huang Hongpen.
Yeah, just working the numbers. They're in that zone. He's got to work it, be patient, make the ball to the baseline.
Sweeping left hook from Huang Pengchen. Not a good shot.
No, a lot of pressure on it.
And Huang again goes in. And the coach still isn't smiling. He's got his hand to his mouth.
Just when you're an assistant, you just break a little joke and quip and force a smile on him.
Well, that would have been handy if Lin's shot had gone. Well, that will not make him happy. Now it's a break. And good sharing. But
that's tough.
And look, the hustle from Lu Wen and China to get down the floor. Keeps it at one shot. Good pass to Huang Hongpen. And again, crashing the boards. Huang Pengchen brings it down. Lan. And
wow, Li Meng just not sure where this foul is. Looks like the foul's against Chinese Taipei, although Li Meng definitely got away with a push on.
it's on
Sheng.
Lin. Lin's third, number 27. Lan comes out. And good read. Now that triggers a break. Huang Pen-Chin, good pass, but the best option is to pull up for the jumper.
Yeah, this probably deserved a pump fake, I think, knowing full well the defense was closing in behind you, but
Yeah, you're right.
hindsight's everything.
2020. Ooh, air ball.
Yeah, they were making jump shots to start the quarter. It's all gone a little quiet. That's a great pass. Huang runs the lane.
Yep.
Li Meng puts a thumbs up. Yeah, moving screen there from one of the Wongs, 11. Look at this. Just a look of one dribble, one-handed slingshot. Huang, as a lot of these Chinese girls do, they run the lane hard. And a lot of good things happen when you do things at full intensity, Jeff.
Well, they got it down to 20, but now the lead is back to 29.
Is there a smile?
Not yet.
He's brewing a smile, I think.
There might be a wry smile.
A nice smile, potentially. He's back to 31 now.
Yeah, the lead was 33 at halftime. So they definitely landed some blows at the start of this quarter. But now with 2:44 remaining, it's back to 31.
What a rebound. What a rebound. Took the pain for it.
Yep, Lu Wen went down
Yeah,
hard.
Yeah. She went after that ball. There's two kinds of players in the game, Jeff. Those that go after the ball and those that don't. And look at that, flying in there, giving up your body.
So that leads to free throws for China and Lu Wen. If she feels like taking them, she'll stay in the game. She did have some back pain.
I guarantee she'll shoot free throws first before she goes off. If she decides to go off, that's a doubt.
I think she will. I think
Lee Yuru's maybe coming in.
oh no, then they would have the Twin Tower matchup,
Yeah,
and we're not going to see
that's
that.
not gonna happen.
But
Xiao Ting's getting ready.
oh, she can't come in anyway.
That's right. See
She's
the
missed
sub
it.
coming, missed the second free throw. Always a good ploy.
Huang Pen-Chin stops, gets it wide. And good hustle there from Lu Wen. She comes out. And also Huang comes out. Okay, and the coach gave her a low 5 and
Okay, there you go.
Huang, so that's good. That's good. Look at that.
We're in the good books again.
Yep. Thank you.
Just pass on the good news to the rest of the bench down there. We're okay. Coach is happy.
No wind sprints after this game. Three-pointer was long.
Tell you what, that wasn't bad. The fact that Huang got the shot off. Lee's running that lane again. Use the high-low, then get it. It's wide open. Great pass.
Beautiful play, and Lee finishes.
I say, when you do things at pace and at speed and with power, a lot of good things happen.
Well, she's got 10 points now, 5 rebounds, and she's only played about 11 minutes because of the foul trouble.
Look at this. There's the seal, weak side, and straight up with the left hand too.
Look at Yi was clearing out down low. And now the ball knocked over to Low.
Not sure who the foul's on here. I think it's on the Chinese Taipei players. I thought the referee put 2 fingers up. There's only a number 2 out there, but it's interesting because the defensive rebound was garnered in, and then the foul was called on a Chinese Taipei player. So it's a foul when they had the ball. Bizarre.
A little bit of contact at the line, nothing, and then the ball goes off of Low.
Yeah. Low pin. Just didn't quite manage to catch it, just deflected out of bounds.
Wow, Lee, she means business. She scored that, but that's not going to count. 34 points, the lead for China.
I'm going to be interested to see how Yi Yeru develops. 18 years of age, producing this type of knowledge and performance. That's impressive. I mean,
Wonder if she'll still play for the youth team as well, because she could, couldn't she?
yeah. Although the under-17 World Championships are next year, so she wouldn't be too old for that. There's no 19s. There's 19s this year, but
There's no under 20 Asia.
no.
Not like Europe.
No. It's interesting though, Jeff. Did the under-19 World Championships a couple of
Nice
years
drive.
ago.
Yeah, we did it in Crete.
Sorry, the
The foul.
under-17 for women, and the Russians have got
Oh, right.
a big up-and-coming 6'7" player, and I can't remember her name.
Vadiva?
Vadiva, yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent player, and she went up against one of the Americans who was very, very good too. The two of them probably the best players in the tournament. But you know, you put Lee Yeru in that group as terms of best in the world in that position for young players under the age of 20, and you've got some players.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who the American one is.
Aisha Wilson, is it?
Okay.
Very, very good.
I know that Vadiva and Russia didn't qualify for the World Cup. That was one of the big surprises at the Eurobasket. They didn't even get out of the first round.
Yeah.
Inside it goes.
Well worked play. That's business as usual, isn't it? 35-point lead. Make that 33 now. A good play from Chinese Taipei. I think they played very well this second half.
They struck quickly. And now the dump and the putback. And Lee just continues to show us.
I would say Lee, one element of a game that's not quite polished, and why should it be that polished, is just her offensive arsenal that she comes in that low post with.
Three-pointer right here late.
Wow, I tell you what, they've shown some skill sets in the second half. It was missing completely the first half, but
Russia actually did get out of the initial group phase. They got to the qualifying for the quarterfinal stage. So Vadiva, that was her last game. Now the turnover, they got to put it up, and it's going to be too short. And it looked like the coach is not quite as happy as he was once again for China. His team still leads at 79-47.
I'll take the stats, Jeff. We got 7 threes for Chinese Taipei. Big improvement from what it was at halftime. If I get my stats, I can't find them, but they must have made 5 at least in the third period. I don't know what the numbers were now. You're going to make me read them, aren't you? So Chinese Taipei at the break, 3 of 8. So they made 4 this season.
So what was that point you were trying to make?
Oh, just the fact that I think from the three-point line, the third period, they did very well. It started right there with that putback from Bao Shilei. But after that, it was let's make the coach a bit more miserable time, wasn't it? 3-pointer after 3-pointer for Chinese Taipei. I think they knew, let's hit a few threes and we'll upset the coach. Yeah, they were 3 for 8 in the first half, and they come back. I think inserting Huang is such a positive element for China. Such a very versatile player. But
how do you stay sharp though as a coach when you're clearly just really laying the wood to an opponent?
yeah, I think you're right. You just there's an element of keeping them sharp and keep them on track, but you can't let it affect you emotionally. You've just got to just treat it like a job. When things aren't getting done, you get the next person in who does do the job. And he went for the 5 from 5 option, and fair enough, it was made a statement. And he wouldn't let them sit down during the timeout, made a statement, but you can't get upset personally about it. You just got to make sure that the job gets done with whoever you've got on the floor. And as long as the players understand that too, it shouldn't be a matter of getting angry or getting upset with players. It's just let's find 5 guys who can, 5 girls who can get the job done. Did I explain that?
Yeah, you did. So fourth quarter action underway. Thanks for that explanation. or not. Reasoning. Xiaoting for 3.
There you go.
Cha-ching.
Yeah, exactly right. And that will settle everybody down a bit now. It'll make her a good game. I hope for Chinese Taipei come out the fourth quarter and play exactly the way they third.
Rattles out. Now inside the Gao Song.
Yeah, execution was good until the final shot.
Oh, traveling
too. Luckily, Zhu Zhao Shuang thought she'd fouled, so she was walking away, happy to accept the foul, and didn't realize it was a travel against Lan Haoyu.
Pass down low. Lee didn't get that one.
Did everything right, didn't she? And that's what I'm saying, just that element of subtlety around the hoop.
Look at her hustle to cut off the pass.
Stop it, Jeff.
Oh, she gets the assist.
Oh, play of the game,
Yeah, that was.
Oh, the 6'11" center of playing denial defense. Show it to me again. Well, that doesn't make a coach happy. I don't know what will.
Absolutely. Well, it looked like he was going to clap, and then he just put his hand to his mouth. Oh, there she is again. Oh, she stays with it and puts it up and in.
Wonderful play from Lee. I can't say enough about her. Just so impressed.
15 points.
When you find a nugget, Jeff, you hang on to it, don't you? You treasure it.
52-14 points in the paint in favor of China.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Used her body so well, pivoted. It's like a walk in the park for Li Yeru.
She could end up with another double-double. And the no-look pass, good save by Fan Chan. But 88-49, it's almost a 40-point lead now for China.
There's the denial defense, and then leading the charge, just dish it off. Great play.
China coming in on that 100 mark. Huang inside. The other Huang.
Touch of Huang on Huang.
Yep. Bao committed the foul, and not sure she's out now.
It's a 5th foul, I think, Jeff. She's done. Yep.
All right. Your stats are working because mine have stopped.
Yeah. I mean,
reload it.
She really hadn't been a presence since the start of the 3rd period. They'd left her out, but that's a night done.
Another one inside, an easy one for Huang.
It's difficult to believe that the score was a 20-point difference. What, we're talking 5-6 minutes ago?
Yeah. And now it's 41, yeah. So, Li Ming dumps it to Huang, and the ball batted out of bounds. So it's interesting that this Chinese Taipei team plays 2 games after New Zealand. So New Zealand should be better rested for tomorrow, you would think.
In what way?
Well, no, I mean, they'll have at least another 5 hours. But they've been able to sit back.
I see.
And relax.
Yeah. Yep. I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles, really. Might work in their favor, might not work in there. You'd think more rest would help you, but you never know, do you?
That's true. You might have thought the same about the People's Republic of Korea. They played before New Zealand yesterday. New Zealand played this hour, didn't they?
Yeah, it's got to be minimal, surely.
But then you're talking about going into the 3rd day. It's the 3rd straight day of playing. So maybe then it starts to have an impact. Guess it depends also on what your conditioning is.
Yes, exactly right.
And it goes, and now pushing it quickly. Wu. Oh, that was a tough shot over Huang.
Yeah, because Huang's got some extendable arms, hasn't she? She's quite happy to go and block shots.
And the pass, ooh, a little bit of collision there.
Nice little give and go. 2 high posts and down the 1-2-2 zone. He's going to see, because this is a good play here. Sees Huang approaching, little in and out, little stutter step hesitation.
Low comes back into the game, and also Chen for Huang Fangshan and Lo. Or Wang. Here's Lo, gets it out to Wu. Oh, the dump to Hong's Hen. That might get the coach upset. That's a layup she's got to make. A little reverse layup.
My only question is, Jeff, coaches, he didn't get upset because they were missing shots. He got upset because defensively they weren't producing. They weren't closing out. They weren't hustling the balls. They were allowing too many open shots. Now, Chinese Taipei made a lot of big shots, which they weren't making the first half. A question whether a coach is going to get upset because you missed layups, because that happens, doesn't it? You know, rims aren't quite right. You don't quite get the right angle of the shot.
I think you're being too kind to this player. That was a wide open one.
Possibly.
No, I take your point. Inside, and Huang this time says you need to dry off the ball.
I think she did pretty well in terms of making sure the pass went through, because it was almost deflected.
Oh, you saw, who was that? That was Xiao Ting that threw the towel out and almost stumbled to drive the ball. That would be a freak injury. 96-51. I can't see the Chinese coach calling another timeout.
Well, he's got 5 players stood behind the bench, Jeff. I don't know if we can get a
looks like they're going to come in.
Shot of that. Yeah, maybe they're going to come in, but it's a good move here from Chinese Taipei.
Yep, another and one.
Just split the defense there from Cheng.
And she traveled, kind of dragged her foot. 3:48 to go for the close of day 2 here at the FIBA Asia Women's Cup. Cheng puts it up, and a nice one. A little bank shot from Cheng. Cha-ching.
There's no doubt about it. Second half, we've seen the best of Chinese Taipei, and New Zealand will do well to not to underestimate them.
No, there's no way they'll underestimate them. You could probably say the same for Chinese Taipei. They'll do well not to underestimate New Zealand. You never know.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I've seen a lot of zone from Chinese Taipei today, and I don't think first half New Zealand showed they were a good shooting team. I think eventually New Zealand came out with some good 3-point shots, but Michaela Cox especially. But maybe that's an avenue that Chinese Taipei will look to exploit.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the carryover from that game for New Zealand, because they seem to kind of find their stride a little bit. .309 remaining. China just short of the century mark. Should maybe they will draw a little bit closer here. Yen inside. Oh, Lee, she's not going to miss it.
Wow. Unstoppable. Jeff, I'll give you a little
Cheng gets swatted by Lee.
Block from Lee. I'll give you a little conundrum to deal with in the last 2 minutes or so. Now, I saw the 2012 Olympics, and I believe Great Britain beat China at those Olympics, did they?
Yeah, the men. Oh, the women. No, they did not.
Okay.
They did not win a game.
Okay. I know the men beat them, but I thought the women did too. But see, Great Britain women I don't think would beat China, this team.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm doing them maybe a disservice, but I see talent here that is up there. I see a growing culture here with this team that looks very, very good.
That China team, let's see here. They didn't play, actually.
Okay.
So Zhao Xuan misses from long range. Still looking for that 2 to get to the 100 mark. It's always usually a sign of comprehensive triumph offensively, although they had 58 points at halftime. So they haven't quite turned on all cylinders here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Great Britain went 0-5. China actually started that Olympics very well. They won 3 games. They beat the Czechs, Croatia, and Angola, and then they lost 3 in a row.
And is any of that team on this team?
Yeah, oh yeah. Cheng is, let's see here, I'll count them up for you. And the rebound from Low.
So you look at the additions from 212 and 214, I guess, as well.
Zhao Xuan was in that team.
Great closeout. And the addition for me that I like, Li Men wasn't in that team, was she?
No.
No, and Li Men.
Gao Song was.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, there were 3 members of this team, and we haven't seen one of them here, Chen Zhao Li. Oh, no, excuse me. No, shit, that's a different player. Sorry, I'm thinking Chen Xiaojia. So they only had 2 players in that team, in this current team.
I mean, I guess the big test will be the Australia game, if they get to play each other. For me, that would be how far each team's come on. Great shot there from Cheng.
Nice one. I think, yeah, even though Takashiki won't be here, I think that'll be the test.
The Japan game, yeah, that'll be another one.
I don't know how Japan will cope with the size of China. It'll be the biggest if they play. Cheng gets inside. From the corner, it's good. Another 3 falls.
How well have they played this second half? What do they have
for Chen?
23 at the break, so they put a good 40 point, close to 40 point.
25 at the break.
So 33 right now for the second half.
And China have their 100. Xiao Xuan, she was at the Olympics with the ball right now. Xiao Xuan. And so is she, Gao Song. And she buries it. So they've been in this program, although Xiao Xuan, as we said, missed the last few years. 15, 16, or missed the last couple of years. Wu at the stripe. 102.63. And China will run perhaps one last offense, or will they just hold on to it? Oh yeah, they're gonna run it. Gao Song, she just hit 1 from that mark, and they will not count it, but she doesn't make it anyway. So for the most part, very good from China. And they stay unbeaten. Chinese Taipei lose. It's 102.63 in favor of the Chinese. So other than a hiccup right at the start of the second half, much of which, well, can't fault China for, because perhaps Chinese Taipei shot a lot better. It was a dominating display. And look at the rebounds, 53 to 23. They out-rebounded it by 30. And look at the assists, 36 to 10.
Well, the rebounds at halftime, wasn't it 8 or something? 1 and 6, 7 rebounds at halftime. So they did much better the second half. I mean, they played more like you'd expect Chinese Taipei to come out. Tomorrow's game, New Zealand Chinese Taipei, is going to be a wonderful game, and there's going to be a couple tomorrow, I think, that'll be real eye-openers. Today hasn't been great in terms of matchups. There's not been a close game we've seen today. Tomorrow I expect a lot more. Huang with her 25, and Huang with her 13 led in scoring for both teams. And Bao, I expect more from Bao in any game she plays. I didn't see it today, and hopefully tomorrow she'll bring her A game against New Zealand.
So yeah, that was 25 points. Perhaps we should have hyped that a little bit more. 25 points for Huang Shijing, and perhaps getting, and you know, and again, just 21 years of age. So not a bad performance from the 21.
Which one?
The game high, 25. Huang.
Yeah, she's a good player. And she didn't play in 214, did she? That's a new addition. No.
Oh wait, no, I think she maybe did. Anyway, keep talking. I'll find out.
But now she's coming of age, right? So this is my point about this. A lot of good players are coming into this team who are really game changers for me. And the players who perhaps were in London and in Turkey for the 214 World Championships, they are being overtaken by these young guns. And the promise on this program is immense.
No, Huang Shijing was not in that team.
So you got Huang, Li, and Li Men, not, to me, are 3 of the top players in this team. Now, others may argue, but because Li Men, who's now getting surrounded by cameras to our left here, for interview with Chinese TV.
I mean, what's interesting to me is that Son Min Gran hasn't played yet. because of, I guess, a niggling left knee injury. She kind of limps off. It doesn't look good for her, actually, as she leaves. So it could be that she's not going to play any part in this.
I think I'd agree with that.
And Chen Zhaozhou as well also hasn't played yet with the finger injury. So, you know, how much will she be missed? Because she's a good player. So, I mean, both of them, but especially Sun Mengran. So it's maybe back to the drawing board for Chinese Taipei. They will have already scouted New Zealand today, I would have thought, and they would have seen their game last night. And it's game on for those two teams for a very important game.
Big day tomorrow, big day.
The winner will finish second. The loser will finish third. And the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, we know, will finish fourth. And they will go up against China. So the stakes are high because we expect either Japan or Australia to finish top. They will play tomorrow, so that's going to be a great game. That'll determine 1 and 2, and then the Philippines, we would assume, would lose their game to Korea, but you never say never. They keep fighting, so it's been an exciting day here today. And it'll be even more exciting tomorrow from the FIBA Asia Women's Cup here in Bangalore, India. Thanks for watching, everybody.